Please turn off the ad block, subscribe, and share. Links will be below for anyone wanting to support this channel.
Hello everybody, my name is Craig Bennett and I'm the founder and owner of TechFuseNote, and today we are doing another Windows 10 how-to video. In this video we're going to get into how to set your default program. Now, what is a default program and why is this important to note? A default program is a program that of your selection that opens up when a certain file type is open or whenever you go to a particular link. So it might ask which browser do you want to open, and that's a default program, so whichever you tell it is the main one you want to go to will be the default browser. Or if you got multiple photo viewers, you might be asked which one do you want to open with this file type, and then if you select it as always open on this program, then that's the default program for that file type. But we can go in and set all that stuff right now or change it if need be. One thing I want to mention before we jump on in is everything here is completely reversible, and if you do run in trouble after you watch this video fully and tried it out yourself, if you still run in trouble, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try my best to help you out. Now, as far as this goes, the first things first is go to Start. Next, go to All Programs or All Apps, and then what you want to select is either the letter or scroll all the way down. I suggest selecting one of the letters or the number, and what this will do is this will bring you to a view which will allow you to quickly jump around in the All Programs task. Select W for Windows, and you want to go down to Windows System. Now, what you want to do is select Default Program. It doesn't matter which one you pick. I'm going to pick the older version, then we're going to go into the newer version so you know the main difference. I might as well open that up. So again, you go to App, you go to W, Windows System, and let's go to the default program. Now, as far as this goes, let's go with the newer system, the one that you're probably going to end up using anyways, and where things are moving to anyways. This is the default program selector. So right here you can say video player. Well, let's say I don't want that as my video player. I can select that, and I can select something else from here. Now, let's say that I want to choose a default program for something. I can choose it here. This is very limiting, and that's the reason why I'm showing the older method, and I'm pretty certain if they don't add things to here, then the older method's probably going to stick around. And you can get down here and select the resets, choose default program by file type, which is what we're going to end up doing, but it's a bit more easier for this other, and by protocol and by app. So what we want to do with the old program is, again, I showed you this first one that came up, is go to set your default program, let the thing load up, and this will load up all the applications on your computer. So from here, what I want to do is I want Chrome to be my main thing. So what I'll do is either select this as default program or choose, and then I will select what it needs to be attached to. So as far as that goes, HTML and all this, and most of these other HTTP, HTTPS, and so on. Now, as far as, let's go to a photo viewer, or in fact, this music viewer might be fine. Let's go to choose default for this program, and you can see that the selection is much different than what is on the newer version which it's kind of like a mix of everything, and it's a much painful experience to go through. Because of this, one thing I would advise is if you do want something to be a default program overall, for example, let's go to the photo viewer, if I can find photos, and if we check that, you can see some of these are not selected. So what I can do is go ahead and select all, but one thing to keep in mind is some of these you may want to allow other programs to take priority of this, because some of these, while the photo application can handle a lot of this, it's better to be used in something others. So say for example, if there is a MP4 file, this is a video file, so I wouldn't want to run that on photo, even though photo technically could handle it. Maybe not that well, but technically could handle it. And I don't mean it can run it, it just can handle it. The fact of the matter is you need to figure out which program needs to be running what. So it does get a little bit hectic here, but if you know what you're dealing with, then this is an easy thing to knock out away automatically, and it's very helpful to understand this. One thing to understand also with this is on the current defaults, this should give you an idea, and keep in mind these are current defaults for the application that's going to open in. So for example, with this being photos, and we're talking about some photos, even though it's not selected, it'll still open up in the photos. It may ask you, so that's something that you want to keep in mind. Say for example, if I open up a JPEG file, a photo file, and I only had this application, a photo file on here, and recognizes as a photo application, fine. But if I get another one and open up the same JPEG file, it should ask me which one do I want now that there's two of them. So that's also something to keep in mind when you're adding applications to your computer. Now this won't always happen. It's depending on your current settings if it will ask you this, and if it doesn't ask you this and you want to switch it to something else, then this is the place for it. Again, both of the places are very similar, but how they get things done is very differently. Anyways, this has been Craig Bennett, founder and owner of TechViews Nope, and if you found this helpful, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, and help us grow by going to Patreon and donating there. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave that in the comment section, including just generalized comments or what you want the next video to be on. But if you don't like this video for whatever reason, feel free to leave a dislike and tell me why so I can fix it in future videos. Again, this has been Craig Bennett, founder and owner of TechViews Nope, and hope you have a great day.